fault is hookup culture?
A lot of men.
Society is,
Who controls access to sex, men or women?
I think it's like a 2% thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
you
the
need two
whole
people.
point.
Who decides when sex happens, men or women? Has a guy ever made you wait for sex?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
Have you guys ever made a guy wait for sex?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I like
Okay, so you guys control access to sex. Whose fault is hookup culture?
I
A
think, like,
lot of men.
Society is,
Who controls access to sex, men or women?
I think it's like a 2% thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
you
the
need
whole
two people.
point.
Who decides when sex happens, men or women? Has a guy ever made you wait for sex?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
Have you guys ever made a guy wait for sex?
Yes.
I like
Okay, so you guys control access to sex.
The need to be right is strong when it comes to the women that's sitting at that table. Ay, ay, ay. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. New to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. As you see, I wanted to let that play twice. Reason being is because I couldn't believe it the first couple times I watched it. These women really tried to put the blame on men when it comes to hookup culture, even though men have no control over who has access when it comes to getting boxed. It just goes to show you the lack of accountability that women have in this country. Therefore, there's no reason why women need to complain about being single if they think like this. And in this video, I'm going to show you some more clips of women being extremely delusional and, once again, should have no reason complaining about being single if they think this way. This is unbelievable, bro. The nerve of these women. Check out this next clip, you guys.
They've been calling women low value and comparing them to used cars every time they've had access to a microphone. But it feels uncomfortable to hear it about yourself because it hasn't historically been done. You're not used to seeing men judged solely on their physical appearance instead of who they are as a person.
Throughout all of history, men have never been valued by who they are as a person. It's only a luxury that women have had. Their primary value doesn't even come from their appearance. It's just an added bonus. The primary value of men in most societies has come from what they can provide. And half the internet is women degrading and minimizing men openly if they don't make more than 6 figures. There's a whole side of feminist TikTok, the lucky girl syndrome, that revolves around minimizing men who don't make less than 6 figures, telling them that they're worthless. And this is open on the internet. And I see no problem to people who have a preference for financial security. However, the same females that have a preference for financial security are the first ones to get offended when a man has a preference for physical appearance. But realistically speaking, it's a lot easier to be prettier. It's a lot less work to be prettier than it is to maintain a full-time job that provides more than 6 figures. And I'm gonna get so much hate for saying this. And this is coming from somebody who makes more than 6 figures. And I'm not encouraging either behavior from men or women here. I'm just putting it out on the open. Because a lot of feminists today like to act like men have had it so easy. In our present day and age, women are valued simply for existing. We're valuable. Men, on the other hand, are only valuable if they have a job, if they provide well. And that's a contributing factor to why men make up 80% of, and the rate of for men increase after the age of 60 because they feel useless. 1 in 6 men have been SA'd. Men make up 40% of domestic violence victims, and yet there's virtually almost no help for men who are who are SA'd. Men's mental health is not taken seriously in society at all, which is why we're seeing such a high suicide rate for men. Because being a good person has nothing to do with their gender. There's bad men and there's bad women. The only problem is in society, we continuously encourage women to objectify men solely based off of what they can provide. And then we turn around and act like victims. Because if you want to talk about historically, history was only great for less than 0.01% of men. Because historically speaking, men were born and died in the same social class, while women could scale social classes simply by marrying up and being pretty. Because in our country, in our society, for most of US history, men who didn't own property could not vote. I don't say this to side with the women who are doing this or the men who are doing this. I'm pointing out the hypocrisy. History was only great for the very, very rich, which was less than like 0.01% of the population, realistically speaking. And we use a history of what happened to women to currently attack all men today.
They've been calling.
That was so very well put. So very well put. And I'm glad that cause see, what she did is exactly what I try to do on this channel. I don't come on here to talk down on women. I come on my channel to point out the hypocrisies, the same way she just did. And then, and to top it off, she backed it up with stats. You know what I mean? Which is something you rarely see women do in this space. Nothing she said was based on emotion. It was all logic and backed up with facts and statistics. Now, my question is why is this so hard for majority of women to understand? And it reminds me of something Rollo Tomasi says all the time. Women who talk like this and think like this, they have become the men that they want to be with. That 0.001% women who speak down upon men, they have become those kind of men. And that's why y'all frown upon anybody that doesn't measure up to that 0.001 or that 1% of men. Because y'all gotta understand, when women are complaining about men, those are the men that they're usually complaining about. Women aren't complaining about, well, I was gonna say men aren't complaining about the men that they don't want, but then again, maybe they are, because the passport bro movement are supposed to be the undesirables, but women keep making videos about them, but they claim they don't want them. So I don't know, man. I think women are starting to become confused, and you have a small amount of women that are kind of waking up to the hypocrisies of the world, and they see what's going on. But even those women are having trouble, because when those women wake up and starting to see the realities of the world, they're being called pick-me's just because they're looking at things logically and not looking at things through their feelings. Alright, so I got one more clip for you guys, and we're going to go ahead and close it out.
Men are luxury items to women at this point. Women don't give two chocolate-covered what men want. It doesn't matter to us anymore. This is the part you're not understanding. See, for hundreds of years, the patriarchy dictated that women must get married to a man in order to be able to function in society. But that's not the case anymore. Women don't have to get married to a man to live any kind of fulfilled life they want. Women can meet their own basic needs. In the immortal words of Miss Miley Cyrus, I can buy my own flowers. So the only reason for me to be in a relationship with a man is if he's bringing something to the table, if he's enriching my life in some way. I don't have to get married to function. Women can choose now, and more and more and more, women are choosing not to get married or be in relationships with men. And that's when y'all are losing your minds. You should be spending more time improving yourself instead of bullying women on the internet. And this whole threat of women, oh, you're gonna grow old and die alone. No, we're not. That's not a threat. We have our friends. We have our sisters with us. Did you ever see the Golden Girls, my dude? That's not a cautionary tale. It's a goddamn victory lap. Men are luxury items to women.
See, now I understand what men say when they say they're ready for the asteroid. Send the asteroid. This is exactly what men mean when they say send the asteroid. Do you see how ridiculous this woman sounds? The Golden Girls are a victory lap. She think we have our friends, we have our sisters. Okay, we have our friends and we have our brothers. That's not what men mean when they say that. And notice the part when she says we don't have to choose unless a man is enriching their lives. Interesting choice of words. Because when I hear that, all I hear is if you can't make, basically, if you don't make more money than I do, then there's no reason for you to come into my life. And that's what we're dealing with now. We don't need y'all anymore. I'm like, but what women tend to forget when they say that, the reason why you don't need men anymore is because men were the ones that gave y'all the option to enter the workforce and create your own income in the first place. Because there was a time where y'all weren't allowed to work. And if we really want to go there, I can break it all the way down to you. The only reason why y'all were allowed to enter the workforce is because the government said, hey, how can we make more money? Okay, let's put women in the workforce. They do all the spending anyway. A really smart move if you think about it. Think about it. Y'all own 80% of consumer debt. Y'all own majority, I think, what, 3/4 of college debt. Cosmetic is $1 billion industry. Y'all are the ones doing all the spending. So why not put women in the workforce? But women like her, they're so naive and so caught up in their own bubble that they're not even going to look at it that way. And like I said in the previous video with the guy from Italy, 60% of y'all are going to be single and childless in your 30s or 40s. And women with this mentality is exactly why. So therefore, there's no reason for women like her to come on here on TikTok complaining about men. You made your decision, you made your bed, now lay in it and shut the hell up. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, alright? If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hitting that bell notification, that way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button. Helps with the algorithm, helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, you guys.